Guys! The damned Frontier update is coming, and with it, we're getting our newest tank, Raum, Rage of the Abyss. I am losing it right now. This guy, to me at least, is the best thing I have ever seen. Probably not a surprise to many of you. You know I love demons. I mean, look at my mascot after all. Anyway, let's focus on Raum. Raum is an Abyssal Lord that Ceres duped the Magistrate into freeing from the Abyss. Raum cares about one thing, and one thing only. Chaos. He's going to eradicate everything in his path. He is a hulking mass of death that cannot be stopped. Pure evil. Something we haven't had in the game before. We've had bad guys like Xin, but never once have we had something that was pure evil. If you've always wanted to play as the very definition of evil, this character is for you. Let's talk about his kit, because this kit is loaded, badass, and so very fun. Remember, I did playtest him back at the summit, so I know that for a fact. His kit wasn't even done back then either. No talents, abilities not working, stuff like that. Ever since then, they have made him way better. His weapon is called the Hellfire Gatling. It's a minigun that hits for 45 a bullet after a brief spin-up period. Every 6 bullets, you fragment your target's soul. That makes these little skulls fall out of them, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But guys, look at that reload. He throws his gun away, opens an abyssal portal, and pulls another one right out of the abyss. That is the best reload in this game. No competition. His right click is called Ignition. This bypasses your gun's spin up and gives you infinite ammo for 3 seconds. And of course you do have 500 bullets in the mag, so basically with this guy, you're gonna be firing a lot and for a very long time. Adonis said you could possibly get up to 20 seconds without reloading. The reload is sick of course, but let's be real, we all like having a ton of ammo. Then there's his ability, Soul Harvest. Remember those skulls? Well, using this ability will pull the skulls to you, and the skulls will give you more max health, temporarily. Remember, it's health, not healing, and you cannot cauterize health. You have 4,500 health normally, and with enough skulls you can get up to 4,000 more. Keep in mind he does not have a barrier, and he has a bigger hitbox than Terminus. So this right here is his defensive ability that's going to keep him alive. Then there's his movement ability, Juggernaut. Insert the X-Man meme. I can't do that, copyright. Basically, you get to run forward and collide with any enemy in your path, both hurting them and knocking them away. Colliding with enemies does indeed make them drop those soul skulls. Then there's his ultimate, Cataclysm. You slam your foot onto the ground, breaking the ground in front of you, and hurting and stunning any enemy hit by it. Now let's go over to his talents. I don't know the name of this first one yet, but it does give you 75% damage reduction while using your movement ability. This is the first of the talents you unlock. Then at level 2, you get Earth Splitter. This increases your ultimate charge rate by 60%. Basically, your ult is supposed to be another ability. His ult is basically a way weaker Inara ult, and it's made weak on purpose because at base you do get it faster than most ults, and you can of course stack this talent on top of that as well. Then at level 8, there is Subservience. Every time you get a soul, you heal allies for 100 health if they're close to you. Okay, now that we've gone over his whole kit, let's talk about him. So he probably looks really broken, right? Normally I defend characters and say they probably won't be, but he probably will be. He is a tank after all. I don't want to say he will be for a fact, because characters always look more broken than they really are at first. We do have to wait till we play him before we can figure out exactly how good he'll be. I'm betting he will definitely be more on the powerful side though. And that's a good thing. It's always better for characters to release powerful and then get lowered down. It's always pretty sucky when a character gets released weak, right? It's like all the hype dies down immediately. His kit definitely fits his character. Like I said, he's this big hulking mass of death, and his kit makes him even more hulking and lets him get in your face with a storm of hit scan bullets. Now keep in mind, when I played him at least, he did have a pretty sizable spread. So if that's still the case, you're not going to be able to put out a lot of DPS at a distance. You're going to need to get in close and bully people to get the most out of your weapon. As for his ability that can give him 8,500 health, For one, healers, you guys are gonna love healing up all that health, I know you are. Back to the ability, it is very powerful, but again, it's the only way he can defend himself. He's going to always be taking damage to his health, so it is important that he can get a lot of it in order to stay alive. It's earned health too, and it is temporary like I said, so if you don't keep hurting enemies, your survivability is gonna go way down. And if they keep their distance from you, you're not gonna be able to effectively hurt them. Yes, you can run into them, but your allies likely won't have that level of mobility, so they won't be able to back you up. So you'd be going in alone, and like we've seen with Amani Dragon and alting Makoas, it doesn't matter how much health you have. If you go in alone and enough people attack you, you're getting melted. You also really have no defense from CC. You're gonna be super weak to it, until you get Rezil, and it's not like you can often buy Rezil first. However, there is his alt CC immunity, and you could have your alt up pretty often, so it would be cool to see the CC immunity outplays that come from that. As far as his talents, they all sound pretty good. I think the DR one and the alt one are the ones you're gonna see mostly. I don't think the healing one is going to be seen very often, cause that requires teammates to stack up with you and that's easily countered by blasters. And teammates grouping up like that is really only seen in coordinated play. But man, god guys, he looks so fun, way more fun than when I playtested him, and he was really fun when I playtested him. Him being a demon makes him perfect to me. I think Moji will finally be dethroned as my favorite character, and Moji has been my favorite since her release, so that's a pretty big deal to me. Now for all of you that say I say this about every character, let's be real, I have never been this excited before. I was pretty excited about Io, yeah, and that's because Io is of course super cool, and I knew a ton of people would love her, and that was correct. But before that, Amani, Atlas, I barely talked them up. Like right now, for Raum, I have pure, unadulterated excitement. Normally people stop insta-locking new tanks after a few days. I'll be insta-locking this guy for weeks. He is a true demon, through and through. I am so very impressed that they put this guy together. He has so much going on and it all looks so good. Anyway, I'll stop gushing, I'm sorry. I really like him is all. Go ahead and feel free to let me know what you guys think about him. What are your first thoughts on him? Excited, not excited, indifferent? Whatever your opinion, pop it down in the comments below. But yeah, that's pretty much it guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm gonna see you guys laters. Bye.